Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Coverage of our Scarlet Hawks athletics on Milford TV is brought to you by the following sponsors. Our presenting sponsor, the Rail Trail Flatbread Company, a casual American dining experience with locations in Hudson and on Main Street here in Milford. Rentschler Biopharma, sponsor of our broadcast booth. Rentschler Biopharma transforms innovative ideas into life-saving biopharmaceuticals. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. And Unibank, big bank know-how, community bank attitude. serving the Milford community at their local branch on Prospect Street inside the Shaw's Plaza.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome inside the athletic fields here at Milford High School, as Milford TV is happy to bring you coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. Rail Trail Flatbread Company is a casual American dining experience specializing in an all-scratch-made kitchen featuring wood-fired flatbreads. An inviting atmosphere for the whole family to enjoy. You can check them out right here in Milford over on Main Street or at their Hudson location. Milford TV Executive Director Tim Coet here with you on the call, starting out the second full week of this fall sports season, and we're back out here for more girls soccer action as the Milford Scarlet Hawks square off against one of their Kelly Rex Division opponents in the Sharon Eagles. Both teams have started the season 1-0, and so should be a good battle here at the Milford Turf this afternoon. We bring you all of the action live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Rentschler Biopharma is a global contract development and manufacturing organization. They specialize in biopharmaceuticals and advanced therapies. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. It was an outstanding week to get the regular season started across Milford High School sports last week. Everyone having a lot of success. The boys soccer team picking up a victory on the road against North Attleboro last Thursday. This girls soccer team notching a victory in a match that we covered for you on Milford TV. Girls volleyball team started off the season with a win. The football team with a big resounding victory here at home on Friday as well. So this girls soccer team looking to keep the early momentum rolling here as this fall sports season really starts to settle in. And this girls team with a very impressive performance on Thursday last week against the North Attleboro Rocketeers. It was a bit of a slow start for Milford. It was a scoreless game at halftime, but that all changed very early on in the second half. The offense got rolling, and it ended up going as a 5-1 victory for Milford against North Attleboro. Sharon, meanwhile, right out of the gates here with a corner kick opportunity, and Chloe Murdoch is able to pluck that ball out of the air to deny any scoring chance. Tougher opponent on the home turf for the girls this afternoon in the Sharon Eagles. As we mentioned, they picked up a victory in their opening game of the season. They too scored 5 goals in that season opening win. So both of these offenses really ramping up very fast here on the season. So it should be interesting to see how they match up here head to head. We'll dig into some of the history of the recent meetings between these two schools. It's been a bit of a seesaw for who's been able to come out on top in these matchups over the years. Yes, Sharon is able to control here. Milford attacking from right to left across your screens in this first half action. This ball again ends up back to the senior keeper, Chloe Murdoch, who had a very good day herself against North Attleboro last week. Did not have a ton of activity out in front, only allowed 1 goal very late in a bit of a breakdown for Milford with less than 2 minutes to go in that second half with the game already well in hand. Still in the opening 2 minutes of this first half action, as the ball is tossed in. So a lot of good for Milford in that game on Thursday of last week as they try to get this ball through to Kyla Nashawati, but it's clogged up over the middle by Sharon, who now tries to break it out, but Milford will send it back along for Nashawati, who uses the header to try to angle that ball towards Ava Baglione, but a good defensive play by the Eagles' number 21, that is Penny Wooden, a junior. And Coach Colabello early calling for his team to get in front of the net as they try to dump this ball back in deep. Sharon trying to get the clear, and now the Eagles with an opportunity to settle it down with Georgie Rowe, who quickly moves it upfield. Chloe Murdoch waiting for it, and that will get back to her before Sharon's Linda Jenner could come on the scene. A very successful season for these Sharon Eagles in girls soccer last season. Ended up with 7 victories. They were able to claim one of the final spots in the MIAA tournament. They ended up playing in the preliminary round of the Division II state bracket and notched a victory over Lynn Classical, and then ended up facing off against the 7th seed Neshoba in the round of 32 and really put on a good, strong battle. They were ultimately eliminated in that round of 32, but certainly a very successful year all around for the Eagles. Looking to keep that going this season as Milford sends the free kick upfield, but Sharon able to quickly push it back towards the middle. And now dumped back in by Sabrina Soares. Now here is Ava Baglione ahead of the defense. Tries a centering pass. Here's Nashawati. She clears herself of the goalie, and she scores. Great teamwork there. Great collaboration between Ava and Kyla. It's Nashawati who finishes off her 3rd goal of this young season. An uncontested goal to give Milford a quick 1-0 lead. So you could hear Coach Colabello calling from the sidelines to get bodies in front of the net, and that's exactly what Milford was able to do. Getting that ball ahead to Ava, who dished a great pass. She'll get an assist on the goal for Nashawati, who did the rest, and the keeper for Sharon ended up falling out of the picture, leaving Nashawati all alone in front of the gaping net. It is Angela Bazzuto, the junior, in net for the Eagles. Kaylee Turtelot continuing to keep pressure on for Milford along the near sideline. And that ball will get sent out of play off of an Eagles body. So less than 5 minutes in, Milford able to score the first goal of this one. Took until the second half for Milford to get on the scoreboard on Thursday. And a quick corner kick chance from the near corner for Milford here. Carried in to the box. Sharon whacking away, trying to get the clear. Left her in there, trying to keep the action going for the Scarlet Hawks. And she'll push it back as Milford tries to get back in deep. Another corner kick coming up here for Milford. It was the 35-57 mark. Kyla getting the first goal on the day. And instead, a goal kick, no corner kick that time for Milford. And now it's Sharon with some open space along the far side. Good speed here, closing in on net. And there, immediately, the Eagles able to get the equalizer on their first trip upfield after the Milford goal, a breakdown. And so for the Eagles, it was number 2, Linda Jenner, the sophomore. So just over a minute after Milford takes the lead, Sharon knots this game up at 1. Linda Jenner expected to be one of the leading scoring threats in this Eagles offense this season. They did lose their top scorer from last year's playoff team. A lot of good action up and down the field here immediately to start this first half. Now Milford looking to create an opportunity here, but Sharon able to clear that ball out before Kyla could come on the scene. Now it's Caitlin Kernan around midfield, but this ball is going to get pushed back again. Again back deep. Murdoch all alone will pick this ball up. With all of the good that came out of Thursday's game, the only negative was on the injury front, where Milford ended up losing one of their top defenders in Juliana Senna due to a foot injury that looks to have her out for an extended period of time. She is not out there today and expected to miss some time. And so a critical loss on defense for Milford, who already came in without the services of Emmy Janssens this season, who was injured in the offseason. So already the depth getting tested here. Anella Lefter now trying to feed that one in towards Ava Baglione at the playoff sides. So all even up at a goal apiece and not quite 10 minutes in. This is the second season in a row we've had an opportunity to cover this matchup in girls soccer. Sharon came into Milford in the later stages of last season and ended up earning a 3-1 victory. As Jenner again was trying to use the speed to create an opportunity. That time, Taliaseri was able to get that ball out of there just in the nick of time. But Sharon with good speed, that has been tough for Milford to keep up with on the offensive side of the field through these early possessions. Chloe Pierce who scored a goal in Thursday's win against North Attleboro, pushing this ball upfield. Now it's Nashawati, who will not catch up before Bizzuto is able to kick that ball down towards the far side and out of play. Along the far sideline here in this ball, again out of play. Another goal kick coming up for the Eagles. Starting off a week of coverage here on Milford TV that will feature all soccer throughout our live coverage. Here this afternoon, it's the girls against this Sharon Eagles team. On Wednesday, we'll get our first look at the boys soccer team as they take on the Stoughton Black Knights in a 4 o'clock matchup. And then on Friday, it will be an evening tilt for the boys soccer team as they take on a non-conference opponent in Medway High School. So getting a steady diet of fall sports here right out of the chute. As here is Jenner again down the near sideline. This time, Sari able to steal the ball away. Gets it up forward towards Kaylee Turtelot. And now one back by the Eagles, and now Lefter over the middle. Looking to lead this ball towards the far side, perhaps for Nashawati, but not quite on the money there. And Ella Lefter had a terrific varsity debut. The freshman right in the mix in a lot of those scoring plays for Milford in the second half against North Attleboro. Up along the far sideline again, Sharon keeps it moving forward. A 2-on-2 here, and cleared of a defender. Trouble brewing here again, and this time Milford fortunate as Linda Jenner sent that ball off the corner, that far corner of the net, and it deflects out of play, but Sharon putting a lot of pressure on. Milford scoring the first goal, but Sharon has really stolen momentum since. 28 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock here in the first half. Isabella Lacerbo taking care of the goal kick. That ball knocked out of play, and Milford will move it along, but a little too quickly. Isabella Lacerbo had a very good defensive performance for Milford against North Attleboro last week. Coach Colabello will need her to step up even more now in the absence of Juliana Senna, as this ball will trickle out by the far flag. Not much breeze to speak of as this game goes on. A cooler day than what we had for our outdoor games last week. Temperature only around the mid-60s, and sort of a hazy cloud cover overhead. Just over 27 minutes to go in the first half. Sharon again shoots this ball back up the middle. Lacerbo is in there, and Antonio as well, but Sharon is going to move this ball up towards the box, and an opportunity here from deep, and again this one clanks off the crossbar. Milford will try to track it down in the corner. The Eagles are there again. They bring it back outside. And so Sharon has hit the corner. They've hit the crossbar so far here. That's the only reason this game remains tied. Right now, Sharon having the better of the offensive chances. Milford has really only had one, and they've managed to put it in the back of the net. Again brought in deep. Milford has no choice but to send it out of play. Right now the Scarlet Hawks back on their heels, dealing with this fast-moving Sharon offense. Along the near sideline now for Sharon's Rana Burkcock. Ball out of play, and Milford will have the toss, trying to get some time back on their attacking side. Just under 26 minutes remaining. Milford getting some substitutions out on the field. It's been a lot of up and down action. Ava now trying to move this ball along the near sideline, but again, it is out of play. They'll say it was off Sharon. And so in again, Pierce will dump this ball down into the corner, but nobody home for the Scarlet Hawks, and that ball will take a roll out of play. The head coach for the Sharon Eagles is Rebecca Kemp. Appreciate Coach Kemp sharing roster information with us prior to the game today. As the Eagles set up for another goal kick. Milford trying to catch their breath as they have been racing up and down this field for the better part of the last 10 minutes. Kept alive right on that far sideline by the Eagles. Jenner sends it ahead, but just out of the reach of, it looked to be number 9, Jessica Lee, who was a big factor in that 3-1 victory that Sharon enjoyed over Milford here at the Milford Turf last season. Helped assist on a number of the goals that were scored by Autumn Simon. Simon was Sharon's leading scorer last season, scored 3 goals. All 3 of the goals, in fact, that Sharon scored against Milford the last time these two teams met last season. Now here's Lefter trying to get something started, but that ball out of the reach of Kernan, and it goes out of play. Kyla Nashawati with a goal into the wide open Sharon net just over 4 minutes in. And then only about 50 seconds later, Sharon able to get the equalizer, courtesy of Linda Jenner. And you can continue to hear frustration from Coach Colabello for what's going on with his team defensively, wanting to make sure that his players keep track of where Linda Jenner is on the field, shouting out number 22 from the Milford sideline. And Ella Lefter pressuring along that far sideline. Sharon directs this ball back out towards the center logo. Milford losing their footing. This allows Sharon a free pass up the field, now trying to spring Jenner over the middle, and a nice play by Lacerbo to cancel that out. Now it's Lefter. Long pass down the far sideline. It's collected there. Milford trying to center it up for Nashawati, and that ball knocked away. Good defensive play for Sharon. Looked like Nashawati took a little bit of contact on the right leg as the defense slid in to break up that scoring attempt. Quick strike here. Again, it's Linda Jenner, and this time Murdoch is able to make the save. More of a check-in on a quick release from Jenner along the near sideline. Relatively low-stress save for Chloe. Here's Lefter now. This play onsides. And no, not quite. Just a step ahead was Ava Baglione, and the whistle eventually came in. Penny Wooden with the free kick. And now this ball popped straight up in the air in a dangerous spot as that went off the side of the foot of Sabrina Soares, but Chloe was there to make the stop, and meanwhile, it is Isabella Lacerbo who went down right in front of Chloe after she secured that ball, and we'll have an injury timeout here as Lacerbo looks to be in a good deal of pain, and this would be really devastating for Milford, whose defense has already taken a number of hits just in these early days of the season, talking about how valuable Lacerbo is to the defense for this team. Coach Colabello wandering out, the training staff there to take a look at Isabella. And so while we're in the injury timeout, we'll take the opportunity to show you our upcoming sports schedule here on Milford TV into the second week now of this fall sports season. All of our early games are all available for viewing, including that girls volleyball game against North Attleboro, last week's girls soccer match against North Attleboro, and the week 1 football game against Westfield. You can check out all of those games airing on our educational channel, our Verizon high definition channel, and streaming on our YouTube channel. And as we mentioned, later on this week, it's a double dose of boys soccer against Stoughton and Medway on Wednesday and Friday. And then next week we have more girls volleyball action against Canton, the boys soccer team in action against Attleboro, and then this girls soccer team when they return home later this month to take on the Canton Bulldogs on September 18th. And then we'll close out the month of September with the next home game for Milford football as they host the Natick Redhawks on September 26th, and then girls volleyball against Oliver Ames on September 29th. And so really troubling here as the injury timeout continues. Try to go back in our live stream to see exactly what happened initially that caused Lacerbo to go down. As the training staff and Coach Colabello continue to look at Lacerbo. And so it looked like she was once again staying close against Sharon's Linda Jenner, and the two got tangled up as they both came in towards Chloe Murdoch as she made a play on that loose ball, and Lacerbo ended up taking the worst of the contact. She went down awkwardly on that left ankle. But clearly right now, Lacerbo unable to put any weight on that ankle, so a lot of concern amongst this Milford team, amongst the parents, as Isabella continues to be checked on by the training staff. So in an injury timeout here with 20 minutes and 48 seconds to go in this first half. It's tied up between Milford and Sharon at a goal apiece, so we'll step away from the commentary here briefly during this injury timeout. We'll get you an update in just a moment. Stay with the coverage here as we bring it to you live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics on Milford TV is presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. So set to return now out of the injury timeout. Isabella Lacerbo ultimately helped off the field by what I believe must be her parents who were here in attendance at the game. Has one shoe and one sock off as the training staff now continues to assess the situation now from the sidelines. So a lot of concern for Isabella and a lot of concern about the outlook for this Milford defense moving forward, who has lost a lot of valuable players at that position in just the first 2 games of this season. It was Juliana Senna last week, and now Lacerbo, you would certainly think, out of the mix for today at the minimum, and potentially more depending on the severity of the injury, but can't speculate for right now. We just hope for the best. In the meantime, 19 minutes and 47 seconds to go in this first half. Still tied up at a goal apiece, but the momentum has been with Sharon since about the 5-minute mark when Milford scored their goal. We'll see what the long layoff with the injury timeout does to the pace of this game. Eva Baglione waiting for this ball to settle down, surveying her options. Sends that off of the defender's leg. Kaylee Turtle out there in support, but the ball ends up out of play, and Sharon will have the chance to toss it back in. Now another ball upfield, and really incredible to see that speed for the sophomore Linda Jenner. Quick acceleration. It's going to create a lot of scoring opportunities for this Eagles offense as the season goes along. And again, Milford right now in a situation where the depth of their defense is being tested. See how much Jenner can continue to exploit that as the game goes on and as the season goes on overall for Jenner. Chloe Murdoch, a short kick. Chloe Pierce able to move it along briefly, but now out of play. Quick substitution coming in for the Eagles as we dip under 17.5 minutes to play. This game had a breakneck pace to it in that early stretch, but ground to a halt during what was about maybe a 10-minute injury timeout. Over the middle now, Lefter trying to win this ball back for Milford, but instead it's held on to by Ashlyn Kelleher. And now delivered over the middle, settled by the Eagles. Pushing it forward now into the corner for Ella Pinnix. Turtle out there as well. Allowed that ball to go off of her cleats and out of play, setting up a corner kick chance now for the Eagles from the near side. Jessica Lee taking the corner kick for Sharon. Low line drive. Bouncing around right in front of the goal mouth. A chance here for Sharon. They continue to hack away at it, and finally it's Murdoch who's able to cover up. Murdoch high booming kick this time. eludes the Eagles. Nashawati able to use the header to move it along the far sideline, trying to find Lexi and Antonio. The ball goes out of play. Lexi will toss it right back in, and now out to the far sideline. Milford tries to center it up. That goes out of play. And it will be a corner to be taken by Anella Lefter. And this ball drifting in and out of the hands of the keeper. And fortunately, Sharon had numbers there right at the post to keep that ball from deflecting in. And so another chance now from the opposite side of the field to be taken this time by Ava Baglione. She blasts this ball, finds Nashawati, looped with the header, but over the net, and it rolls down the back of the netting. And so some possibilities presenting themselves there for Milford, but they can't quite capitalize, and so it stays a tied score. 14.5 minutes to go in the first half. Good play by Turtelot, using her height to her advantage. Now Ava off the near sideline, directs this ball back towards the middle, just out of the reach of Nashawati. Pierce trying to keep it alive, but Sharon is able to settle it. And a pass into the wide open field for Ella Pinnix, who will now feed it ahead to Linda Jenner along the near sideline. And again, it is Sabrina Soares there to deflect the ball out of play. But a deep toss in coming up here for Sharon. Kernan gets cleared out of the way, and that ball is in for the score. That was a laser beam in towards net. And so that was Jessica Lee for Sharon with 13:28 to go in the half. Sharon now with their first lead of the match at 2-1. Felt like only a matter of time the way that things have gone here as the first half has continued. And it was again the speed of Linda Jenner creating that opportunity, forcing Milford to play the ball out of bounds, giving Sharon the toss in deep on their attacking side. And credit Jessica Lee with a terrific shot. She got herself clear and just sent a missile in. Gave Murdoch no reaction time. That was past her in a flash. So Milford now trying to find a way to regain momentum. That ball played out, and Milford will get their fourth corner kick chance of this half. Again, it's Ava. Able to find Nashawati. This ball directed out towards Pierce. Milford trying their best to keep it alive. Sharon gets the clear out towards the Sharon bench. Soares will toss it back in, finding Turtelot. But Milford will turn it over. Ball dumped in, it will go across the goal line out of play. Up in the air. Ava couldn't find it at first. Kaylee Turtelot coming in to try to keep play going for Milford. Now we'll let this ball roll out of play. And a fast toss in. Good positioning for Ava. She pops this one in towards net, and Bizzuto's able to fall on it for the save. Not the hardest contact there in towards the net that time. Bizzuto with a relatively easy play. Nice job by Kaylee Turtelot. A great toss to try to give Ava a chance. And now Jenner wreaking havoc the other way, but a good save for Chloe Murdoch. And that's just how quickly Sharon is able to flip the action down the other side of the field. Closing in on 10 minutes to play in this first half. This ball moved along. Can Ava get there? Ought to play along the far sideline. It'll be a Milford toss. We'll just go the short route to Ava, trying to center it up. This goes off of the body of Bizzuto, and then she's able to fall on the rebound. Coach Colabello trying to make some positioning changes out there for this late stretch of the half. Left her with good speed to close in to prevent that chance for Ella Penix. But the Eagles go back to work now along the far sideline. Talia Seri turns it upfield, but that will roll out. And substitutions now in for the Eagles. And certainly good news here for Milford, as Linda Jenner will come to the sideline here for a rest with 9 minutes to go in the half. Jenner was the player who got tangled up with Isabella Lacerbo when the injury took place. Initially, Jenner was favoring her leg after the collision, but showing no ill effects of that contact now. This ball ends up over the goal line. Milford will be able to clear it out. A 1-0 lead early for Milford, but 2 unanswered goals since for the Eagles. And they have the lead coming into this final stretch of the first half. And Milford vulnerable again. Caitlin Kernan back deep for Milford, trying to get that ball cleared out. Now Seri able to send it out towards the midfield. But the Eagles relentless. Now Nashawati pushing this ball back out to the center line, but the Eagles dump right back in. Kernan trying to break out, but now Milford on the defensive yet again. And finally now Kernan able to get her full leg into this kick, but Sharon right there over the middle. Now Ava, can she settle this ball down? Decent pass here, but just out of the reach of Kyla. And now Baglione to the near side of the field. Turtelot has some space. She'll center this up. The ball goes streaking across the goal mouth, out of the reach of Nashawati. Just not enough bodies in front of the net there to make something happen for Milford. It was a great pass up ahead to Turtelot, able to center it up, but the only one home was Nashawati. So now down to the 6.5 minute mark here in the first half. Baglione pushes this ball forward. Nashawati coming to the net. Defender tripped up as this ball goes out of play, and it will be a corner kick. Ava sets up for it. And that ball drifts over the Sharon net and out of play. Milford with their 5th corner kick of the half, but they have not been able to translate any of those into scores. Sharon once again on the attack. Pushing this ball in deep. Taliaseri guides it back. That goes out of play. It was off of Sharon and out of play. Jenner still on the sidelines here with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half. And a little bit of a shove at the end of the play for Caitlin Kernan. Free kick here for the Eagles. Dumping this one in deep. Murdoch took some contact. Now she's down as that ball goes out of play. There's a Sharon player in there, and I'm not sure if Murdoch got a kick to the midsection there as she came in to try to settle that ball down. It was more of a knee into the stomach. And so hopefully just getting the wind knocked out. As she gets back to her feet, her teammates in to check on her, but looks to be okay. Good toughness from Chloe. Been a bruising half for the Scarlet Hawks. And meanwhile, it'll be a corner kick chance for Jessica Lee. And popped up and over the Scarlet Hawks net. Milford at this point just hoping to survive to halftime and then regroup from there. Substitutions in for Coach Colabello as the goal kick is released. Kernan pops it straight up in the air. It's guided back towards the center circle and now dumped back in by the Eagles. And Soares will push it out along the near sideline. Turtelot trying to lobby for the Milford toss in, but it's the Eagles who send it back into play. Soares will track it to the corner, trying to keep body position as that ball goes out of play, and she's successful. Goal kick for Milford. Chloe Pierce pushes this across the center line. Left her and Turtelot in there for the Scarlet Hawks. A little bit of shoving. Right on the edge there for Turtelot. And now dumped across to the far side of the field. Sharon in a full sprint, but even with their speed, unable to track that down. About to hit the 2-minute mark here on the game clock, so we wait for the final whistle from down at field level. Sun breaking through the cloud cover here as we come to the end of this first half. Ball tossed back in by the Eagles and then driven down the far sideline and out of play. Pierce could not control that ball. She tried to take it back into the attacking side. Now again, it is Sabrina Soares. Protects as that ball goes out of play. About 90 seconds to go in this first half. Turtelot looking for options for the toss. Finally sends it down the near sideline, comes right back to her, now sends a longer toss. But nobody home except for the Eagles right in front of their own bench. Push back to the middle, and Antonio now trying to find Ava Baglione. Might have gotten held there just a little bit, no whistle. Left her now, good control on that ball upfield. Now she'll come back to get it, and it's deflected out of play. Toss in for Sharon. Ahead to lead, knocked down by Caitlin Kernan. And a free kick coming up here very late for the Eagles. Looks like the adjustment so far from Coach Colabello has had Caitlin Kernan back on the defensive side, but meanwhile, looks like they're going to signal the end of the half before the free kick. Not something you see very often. You would think that they would have allowed that to play out, but Milford will take it, getting into the half, down by just a single goal. And so again, Milford scoring first, Sharon getting a couple, and Milford with injury issues on their defensive end. And we'll see how Coach Colabello can adapt his team in the second half as they're in a dogfight here with the visiting Sharon Eagles. It's a 2-1 lead for Sharon. We'll step aside here for halftime, about 9.5 minutes to go. So if you're with us on the live coverage, hang tight. We'll be back with more soccer action in just a few moments. We bring it to you live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Stay tuned to coverage of Milford High School varsity girls soccer here on Milford TV. It's presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company.
Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews to sports coverage to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action.
Everybody loaded. Diane, the leather saddle. It ain't more coffee. It ain't more coffee. I knew they were So that's not what I heard. They told me you had a girlfriend on the line. You guys like her? You guys like her? Is she in your grade?
Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews to sports coverage to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action.
Target? Have you guys been to Target? Did you like it? I'm obsessed with Target. That's because spend all your money. Target every day. Yeah, what? Yeah, literally. People go to Target just to go to Target. It's just because it has there's always something you don't need that you will buy. The makeup section and the hair section is so good. And like jewelry, you guys know what jewelry is? Yeah, we don't know.
You want me to be involved? Hey, Sharon.
You guys should have been playing soccer right now. You missed it.
Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews to sports coverage to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action.
Tim Coet back with you on the call, bringing you the action live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. At their Milford site, Rentschler Biopharma offers full-service solutions along the entire biopharmaceutical value chain for large-scale clinical and commercial CGMP manufacturing. Appreciate Rentschler Biopharma. It's one of our great sports sponsors. Coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics on Milford TV is brought to you also by Unibank, big bank know-how, community bank attitude, serving the Milford area from their location on Prospect Street, right inside the Shaw's Plaza. And of course, our presenting sponsor of Scarlet Hawks athletics on Milford TV is the Rail Trail Flatbread Company, getting set to unveil a whole new fall menu coming up in the weeks ahead. So make sure you head over to their location here in Milford on Main Street to check out all of those new tasty menu items. Just a minute into the second half action, Milford trailing Sharon 2-1. Milford now attacking from left to right here in the second half. If you're just joining us, Milford scoring just about 4 minutes into the first half to give themselves the lead. Kyla Nashawati with a goal into the wide open Sharon net, but the Eagles able to wrestle momentum from there. Their sophomore phenom Linda Jenner able to score only about a minute later to tie the game. They took the lead in the later stages of the first half, courtesy of Jessica Lee, but the big storyline of the first half was the injury to Milford defender Isabella Lacerbo, who had a pretty significant ankle injury. That's what it appeared to be. She was down on the field for quite some time, was helped off the field. She has since been carted back to the school. And so Milford down two of their best defenders, with Juliana Senna going down with a foot injury in last week's game against North Attleboro. Now Lacerbo out of service for the remainder of this one. So Milford's depth being tested in these early days of the season. Hard deflection here as Milford struggles to get this ball out. Instead, it's Lee. She comes in, and then Sari from behind able to knock that ball out of play. But Sharon will have an early corner kick chance here in the second half. Lee, one of the goal scorers for the Eagles in the first half, will take this kick. Light breeze blowing. Not much of a factor as this one ends up at the edge of the box, carried back in by Sharon. They send a hard blast in, but over the crossbar and out of play. Milford now releases this kick, moved along, angled by Anella Lefter. Now it's Turtelot who will push it down the far sideline. Whistle comes in. And now the Eagles will toss it back in on the far sideline. Milford's offense was able to make some good adjustments at halftime against North Attleboro last week, scoring 5 times in the second half. We'll see if they can do something similar here this afternoon, but Sharon with pressure already on their offensive side through this early stretch. Chloe Murdoch, who also took some hard contact in that first half, releases that goal kick. Caitlin Kernan getting a shove there at the end of that play. Kernan gave a shove herself in the first half, so some physicality here between these two teams. And when there's physicality, Caitlin Kernan, regardless of sport, tends to be right in the middle of it. Does not shy away. Forced back onto the defensive side of the field now with the depth issues due to injuries. Nice play here by Pierce. Ball out of play, but it'll be a Sharon toss. Shawati pushes that ball forward, jumps right back in the play. Good footwork for Kyla. Pushes this ball on. She's got Ava there. Can she win the battle? Both players go down as that ball goes spinning across the goal line, and Milford will get a corner kick. It'll be Anella Lefter who will take it from the near corner. Chance for Milford to start to change the momentum in this game. Ball out of the reach of Kaylee Turtelot, now goes spinning over towards the feet of Coach Colabello. Stays Milford ball as Kernan uses some fancy footwork, able to clear herself of a defender, tries to center this ball up, rolls it in towards the keeper, and Bizzuto is able to hold on. Kick out to the 50. Milford knocks it back across momentarily, now pushed along deep. And Sharon losing footing right at the corner. Milford will have a chance to send it back upfield. Still a 2-1 Sharon lead. Franklin, Milford, Sharon, and Taunton all picking up victories in the opening week of the fall sports season. Attleboro and King Philip with week 1 losses. Canton and Mansfield, meanwhile, the only teams down in the Davenport to pick up wins in the first week of the season. Foxborough, North Attleboro, Olive Ames, and Stoughton all 0-1 to start the campaign. As this ball comes in deep, popped up in the air by Lee. Chloe Murdoch getting the net resituated while Taliaseri lines up to take the goal kick. Dumped right back in by the Eagles. Reagan Cunningham defending over along the far sideline. She'll toss this ball back in. And now over the middle, briefly possessed by Linda Jenner. She took the final stretch of the first half off on the bench, but now back out there as one of the 2 Sharon goals and has been a dangerous player. A tough speed matchup for Milford in this game. Sari with another goal kick off the body of Anella Lefter, and then meanwhile Kaylee Turtelot gets some hard contact. Now she stays down, the ball comes back in towards her, and it is now Turtelot in some pain down on the field. Her teammates over to assess the situation right now, trying to stretch out a cramp perhaps for Turtelot. And right now trying to make a judgment call if Turtelot will be able to stay out there or have to get subbed out. Right now Caitlin Kernan lobbying that she's fine, as Kyla helps Kaylee back to her feet, and she will try to stay out there. It's the absolute last thing Milford wants to see, is any more injuries had more than their share as the season has barely gotten underway. Sharon refusing to allow Lefter to settle that ball down, now on the move. And Turtelot going down as she sent that ball upfield. Able to get right back to her feet. As this ball is pushed in, but an easy scoop up for Chloe Murdoch. Keep an eye on the movement for Kaylee Turtelot as the second half goes on. Chloe Pierce doing everything she can there. Now it's Sanella Lefter, wins this ball right inside the center logo. Could not keep it. Past the first 10 minutes of this second half as this ball is angled back once again to the Milford keeper. Pierce over the middle, but one right back by Sofia Melpignano. And now an open look here that is saved by Chloe Murdoch. Melpignano taking the shot, but Chloe, after just a brief juggle, able to hold on to that ball to make the save. And now sends this ball ahead for Lefter, moved along by Nashawati. Now again, it is Kaylee Turtelot down on the turf for the third time in about the last 90 seconds and gets the whistle. And a big free kick coming up for the Scarlet Hawks. It looks like Ava Baglione will take the kick. Coach Colabello pleading with his team to look for rebound chances here as Ava releases the kick. It's too high and it's out of play. Milford was able to elevate a lot of scoring chances against North Attleboro, and that paid off. That time too high from Baglione. And so Milford unable to cash in on a good chance to tie this game up. More frustration here this afternoon for the Scarlet Hawks, now down to 28 minutes and 15 seconds on the second half clock. Sharon, a quick trip upfield, but nothing presenting there as Murdoch scoops up the loose ball. Here's Kernan, steps in here, sends this ball up the middle. Turtelot again, a little unsteady on her feet, but keeps forward progress for Milford. Now it's Kernan along the near sideline. Can she center this ball up? Goes sliding in. Ball goes out of play. Will be a Milford corner kick. Ava keeping this ball low. At the edge of the box now, jammed back in by Kyla. Now straight up in the air. Pizzuto comes out and falls on it. Lingering there a moment for the potential opportunity for Milford, but again, Scarlet Hawks come away empty-handed. And they trail this game 2-1 now with a little less than 27 minutes to go. Ball on the foot of Linda Jenner in a one-on-one battle with Talia Seri. She clears herself, but her shot will go high. Milford very vulnerable there. This ball Ball just too easy from Mel Pignano on the money to Linda Jenner, who was able to easily clear herself of Talia Seri, but her shot was elevated a bit too much. And Sharon creating another chance here down low. Murdoch down to the knees to make the save. Nashawati unable to settle the ball. Now it's Lefter. Showing good footwork over the middle. Sent that ball in from long distance. It was wide to the near side. But again, you can see there the potential in the freshman Anella Lefter. And with the depth on this varsity roster getting tested early, it's only going to further put a lot of pressure on the freshmen. It's pushing and shoving in front of the Milford bench. The whistle going against Milford. Booming kick upfield, just out of the reach of Jenner. And Antonio, an opportunity to clear that ball out. She couldn't do it. Now with the shot, and it's saved by a sprawling play from Chloe Murdoch. She couldn't hold on to the ball. It goes deflecting out of play, so Sharon will have a corner kick here. Antonio had a really good chance to clear that ball out. She just could not get it under control. And Sharon able to pounce, and then a good scoring chance. Murdoch able to make the save. Good positioning by the far post. Now trouble here again, but Murdoch able to dive in and smother that ball before Jenner could get a chance at a scoring play. Murdoch has played very well here this afternoon. This ball in with a lot on it, but a tremendous play. Great control for Penny Wooden. It's one back over the middle by Nashawati. Trying to feed it ahead to Ava Baglione, but couldn't get enough on the pass. And Kernan tripped up. And now trouble again as the defense cannot slow Sharon's progress. Sajeev carrying it in deep for the Eagles. The ball goes out on the near side. Contact but no foul, and a goal kick here for the Scarlet Hawks with just over 23 minutes to play. Here's Turtelot now. Up along the far sideline. This ball sneaks through. Kyla there. It's dumped back the other way, out of play. Now Lefter putting this ball in from distance again, and it's sent over the net and out of play. Middle, Sabrina Soares struggling, but able to stay in the play long enough and able to clear this ball out. Now Turtelot with a nice easy feed ahead to Anella. Anella self-pass along the far sideline, now slows up, trying to center this ball. Instead takes it in deep, sends this ball off the feet of the keeper, And Sharon's able to clear it back out, and Ella took that ball a long way. Gave Milford a decent scoring look. Ava has that ball go off of her feet. Cunningham pops it straight up in the air. This one past Sari, and fortunately into the box with enough speed to allow Chloe to get there in time. That ball, bad luck, it goes off of Kernan's feet. Yes, we'll get a timeout here on the field. It stops the clock with 20 minutes and 46 seconds to go. So we will take a quick pause here. Some better things from Milford in the second half. They have not yet been able to translate it into a score. We'll see how the rest of this half develops. We'll take a quick pause here in the action as we bring it to you live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Stay tuned to the coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics here on Milford TV. It's presented by Rail Trail. Action continuing here from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Tim Coet with you on the call. Patrick Garapi once again manning our camera on top of the press box. Close one here as Sharon gets this ball through, and the shot goes wide to the near sideline. The shot taken by Megan Pinnix, the freshman. Some very close calls for Sharon in this last sequence after Milford had been able to put a couple of looks together on their attacking side. Started out in cloud cover in this game, but it's been full sun since the late stages of the first half. Comfortable conditions for these players, but an uncomfortable score at 2-1. Now this ball loose in the box, and again, Murdoch is able to sniff it out. Line drive kick just out of the reach of Lefter, but it comes right back to her. Now sprayed down towards the far sideline. And deep here, Talia Sari trying to stay close. And this ball will have enough to roll out along the near sideline. As that play developed, you saw again Kaylee Turtelot struggling with keeping traction out on the field. So she had gone down early in this half. The officials right on the verge of calling for a substitution, but Turtelot able to get back to her feet. She's stayed in the game ever since, but she's looked a little wobbly, so I don't know if something's been bothering her since that contact. Turtelot will toss in here as the clock ticks down to 18 minutes to play. Lefter, good speed along the near sideline. Sharon player goes down, very little contact. His officials have let a lot go in this game. Surprising that they would blow the whistle there. Seeing it again on the live stream, looked more like the Sharon defender tripped up on the turf, but getting the benefit of the call, and now here come the Eagles trying to break through deep. They're able to get through the layers of Milford's defense, and the shot is saved by Murdoch. Good fight for the Eagles. They were able to get all the way through the defense to get a quality look. That was once again Linda Jenner. She was looking for her second score of the game, but Murdoch says not this time. So down to 16:39 on the second half clock. Ball back deep. Sari is there. Uses the header, Chloe Pierce, but this ball will drop back to Murdoch. Milford needing a lift here. Ball out of the reach of Kernan. Cunningham over on the near wing, but this ball cut back to the middle. Good movement for the Eagles. This ball up ahead. And a lot of contact right at the end of that play with a ball that was headed out. And meanwhile, Caitlin Kernan, who has been on the edge at times in this game, this time too much contact. And seeing it again on the replay, the right call, you could see the two hands shoving the Sharon player out of bounds, and just an unnecessary play there for Kernan. Should really know better. Milford fortunate they didn't call for the penalty shot. And so Kernan with the yellow card. She's on the sideline with a little over 15 minutes to go. Here's Nashawati, blasts this ball ahead. Trying to allow Ava to use her speed, but that was too far. Now move back to the middle. Here's Lefter trying to hesitate. And now that ball deflected on the way in. Here's Ava, leaves the ball behind, and a chance for Sharon to break it out up the near sideline. Cunningham unable to keep up. And now that ball coming up high on Nanella. She'll get it back, chips it over to Turtelot. And Sharon gets it right back. Cunningham with a little dump off. And Cunningham again. Just a little timid. We're used to Reagan's tight defense and aggressive play in basketball. As here, this shot comes in, up over the reach of Murdoch this time. And just too many chances presenting themselves. This Milford defense just unable to get the ball out. And Sharon scores to make it 3-1. And it was number 24, Megan Pinnix, the freshman, scoring here to give Sharon a 2-goal lead with 13:39 to play. This ball goes up ahead. Out of play. Kaylee Turtelot with the arms outstretched and some frustration at the end of that play. The corner kick taken here by Anella Lefter. Nashawati heads it down towards the post. Sharon pushes it out on the far sideline. So again, now 3-1 the score. 3 different goal scorers in the game for the Eagles. Linda Jenner, Jessica Lee, and then most recently Megan Penix. This ball loose. Milford sends it in from long distance. That was on target, but the save is made by Angela Bizzuto. Just over 12 minutes remaining. And so the yellow card really proves to come at a critical time, as that goal came just moments later. Kernan back out on the field now. Wooden with the free kick. Murdoch having to get back. Now repositions herself and sprawls out to make the save. Now towards the middle. Kernan has it. Now Nashawati, a little dump towards the corner. Racing in there, Kira Murphy. And the ball out of play off of the Scarlet Hawks. So a very familiar score in this game for Milford. It's the same exact score that these two teams played to the last time they were on the field against one another last season. This is a great pass from Nashawati over towards Ava, and they will call it offsides. Just great creativity from Nashawati, but apparently just a hair out in front for Ava. And a dangerous ball here for Linda Jenner. Gets it right at the near post, centers it up, and out of position to make the save was Chloe Murdoch, and a dagger for the Sharon Eagles as they will take a 4-1 lead here. And again, the speed of Jenner, this time allowing her to facilitate the goal that was finished off by Ella Penix. And so she scores with 9:55 to play, the second goal here in the second half for Sharon, the second Penix to put one in the back of the net for the Eagles. And the score now 4-1 as Coach Colabello calls the timeout. Milford feeling a bit demoralized at this point after the injuries. They've had some moments where their composure has been tested in this game. Just have not been able to generate the same kind of chances that they had against North Attleboro last week, and you can really credit the speed and the physicality of this Sharon program. coming off of a appearance in the MIAA tournament last season. They did graduate 9 seniors from this Eagles varsity program from last season, but they look to have the depth to really be able to pick right back up where they left off. So Milford returns to the field after the timeout. Sharon now with great energy. They return to the field as well for this final 10-minute sequence. So what kind of fight Milford has left in them for this last sequence. Huge change in the complexion of this game over the last 5 minutes, going from just a 1-goal game to now Sharon enjoying a 3-goal lead and continuing to put pressure on their offensive side. Soares letting that ball go a little too far out in front of her. Sharon able to regroup. It was Jenner in there yet again. Now Lefter trying to spring Kyla Nashawati loose. That was some trouble. And Nashawati signaling that the keeper came out of the box. And that is the call. She had clearly come out trying to backpedal back in to be able to make the play, but did not quite get in there. Nashawati now with an opportunity here and a change in net as they will have Penny Wooden take over in net for this free kick. Personnel changes for Coach Colabello as well. Nashawati ready, and this kick is in, and Nashawati able to get the score, so they'll ultimately put Bizzuto right back out there in net, so just a curious situation there. Perhaps liking Wooden better in that situation, perhaps more confident in her ability to make the catch, not sure, but she was frozen on the kick from Nashawati, so it didn't matter who was in there. Nashawati would not be denied. She gets the score. It's her second goal of the game. It cuts it back down to a 2-point deficit, a 2-goal deficit for Milford at 4-2 with just over 8 minutes remaining. And the first goal for Milford since the opening 5 minutes of this match. And so we'll see if that gives Milford a jolt. Here's Lefter along the far side. Clears herself, centers this ball up, and it's smothered by Bizzuto. Good looking play there. Lefter put that pass for Nashawati at the far post. Bizzuto was able to make the play. And now it's Sharon on the move, able to get a step again on this weary defense. Now it's Kernan in on that play. She goes down, gets the whistle for Milford. Ticking down to 7 minutes to play. Scarlet Hawks looking a bit more energized now after the goal, but is it too late? That ball out of play off of Sharon. Kernan will toss it in, finds Ava. Ava trying to turn around and center this ball up quickly. Deflects back towards the near sideline and out of play. Another toss here for Kernan. Goes right back to Baglione again. And this time Sharon trying to clear it out. Antonio sticks her nose in there. Nice play. Cunningham able to dump it back in. Sharon able to push it out as far as center. A little late to react there by Soares, and now this allows Sharon to move it along further. Down into the corner. Sabrina back there. Curled back to the middle. Sari now desperately trying to settle it down. And Milford blasts it out on the far sideline. Coming down to 5.5 minutes to play. And now a desperation save made initially by Chloe, but let the rebound chance out. And Sharon able to finish it to put their 5th goal in. So the second straight game to open the season where the Eagles are able to notch 5. And it was Linda Jenner scoring her 2nd goal of the game. And so the score now 5-2. I always appreciate an opportunity to get educated when we cover these soccer matches here at Milford TV. I make no mystery of the fact that I am not an expert on the intricacies of the rules of the game, and so appreciate former Milford coach Carolyn Chaplin popping up in our chat to give the explanation on that situation on the scoring play for Kyla Nashawati. It was a yellow card on the keeper. She had to come off the field. And so that forced the replacement, and with no true backup goalie on the roster, that was the reason for that play. In the meantime, it has become a shooting gallery here for the Eagles in these closing minutes, less than 5 minutes to go. And just another defensive breakdown here. Too much space given, and it was the senior Sofia Melpignano scoring a 6th goal on the day. And so Sharon turning this game into a blowout. This Milford defense banged up, weary, and just having all kinds of trouble. As Sharon again brings it in deep. Chloe Pierce scrambling from behind to try to clear that ball out. Most recent goal scorer, Melpignano, a little slow to get back to her feet after that play. Now Milford getting it the other way. Nashawati bumped off the ball. The Sharon JV squad has now entered the bleachers, adding to the atmosphere for the visiting team. There's Lefter now along the near sideline. Pretty creative backwards pass. Jessica Lee now looking for options. And that ball, a misfire over towards Alice Dobson. Milford will toss it in. Milford unable to get the clear initially, now able to push it back ahead towards Ann Antonio, and now across the center line at least for a moment. And now again it's Kernan with a push from behind, quickly vacates the area. It's been that kind of day for Milford. The frustration has certainly been building, especially as the second half has gone along. Dobson carrying this ball in. And now out along the near sideline as Kaylee Turtelot, who had come off the field, will come back in here. Kernan to the sideline. Sharon will pull Linda Jenner to the sideline as well, as the outcome of this game no longer in doubt. A big 4-goal lead for the Eagles. Lefter will carry this ball in deep. Can she create a scoring chance? She does put it on net, and Bizzuto's able to knock it down and hold on. Suddenly feels like a Sharon Eagles home game here on the Milford turf, with the presence of the JV squad. Here's Turtelot down to the knees as she pushes this ball forward. Trying to slide back into the play. This ball is dumped deep. Milford trying to get into position to defend. Again, in for the shot. This one wide to the near side and out of play. And there is the final whistle, bringing an end to a tough day overall for this Milford girls soccer squad. They lost one of their top defenders early in Isabella Lacerbo due to injury. They had a lead to start this game, but the Sharon offense too fast, too physical, too strong. And so Milford, unfortunately today, finds themselves on the losing end of a 6-2 final score. And so with the loss, Milford will fall to 500. They're now 1-1. Sharon stays perfect on the young season. They are 2-0. The only 2 goals for Milford in the game scored by Kyla Nashawati, who now has 4 goals in her first 2 games here of her junior campaign. So as we wrap things up for the game here this afternoon, a quick reminder that we'll have a double dose of boys soccer for you as the week goes on. We'll be back here on the Milford turf on Wednesday to see the boys in action against Stoughton. That game kicks off around 4 p.m. And then on Friday night, the boys will play under the lights, taking on the Medway Mustangs, a 6 p.m. start for that game. So we hope you'll tune in to those games a little bit later on this week. Those games will be live across all of our Milford TV platforms. But that's going to wrap things up here for this afternoon. A big thank you to Patrick Garapi helping out on the cameras, and I am Tim Coette bringing you this action once again live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. The final score, one final time, 6-2. Sharon defeats Milford. This has been a presentation of Scarlet Hawks Athletics on Milford TV, presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. So long, everybody.